Hello, hello, and welcome back to Dream Queen Perla here. Any questions as to what it is that I do, how do I do it, how I get the songs, services that I provide, donations. Let's see, what else do I have to say? I'm so distracted right now. People that I collaborate with, people that I'm affiliated with, programs that I'm affiliated with, people that I recommend, channels that I recommend, and all of that fun, beautiful things down below in the description. The song that I got for you, and for you, I mean Aries. Um, California King Bed by Rihanna. And the verse is kind of like, it's kind of funny because it's like, so how come when I reach out my finger, it seems like more than distance between us? And to be honest with you, it's like whether it is the divine feminine or the divine masculine that is feeling like this, like the person is too far out or too far away from them or whatever it is. It's like you're in your head about it, because honestly your person is just distracted with plans for the future. Because as I was trying to tap into your energy, I'm trying to do things, and it's like I keep grabbing little things and I'm just kind of like getting distracted by like everything and anything. And that sense of like making plans and setting goals and wanting to do this and wanting to do that and wanting all of these things to bring into this connection, into this relationship. It's like that is where your person is. And maybe because your person is distracted with all the things and all the planning that they have going on in their head, and the fact that they're not communicating that with you, whether you're in communication or not. So like, let's say if you're not in communication and your person is thinking of ways to, do certain things to move towards you, but in the present moment they might be completely quiet about it. Or if you are in contact with your person but your person doesn't seem to be moving forward, it's like they're making all these plans and all these things because they're so distracted with everything that they want to do and they want to accomplish for this connection, that kind of has you feeling out in the cold, which is not what you should be feeling. So the emotions and the feelings that you're feeling as far as like your person not wanting to give into this connection and things like that, that is all in your head. It is all in your thought process. So we have to kind of get into shifting that and getting that truth that it is not that they're distanced because they don't want to be with you or because they don't love you. They're distanced in an essence because they are like in their head. They can only process certain things at a time. So if they're in this go-getter type of mentality, like I'm going for this, I'm going for this, I'm going for this, it kind of like, it's not on purpose that they're doing it. So it's kind of funny. It's like, I'm just building, I just want to build what I want to build for us, if that makes any sense. There has been certain, so I feel like there's somebody within this connection that has had certain little triggers coming up of things that that needs to be healed. In an essence, whether it be forgiving yourself at this point, or acknowledging or taking responsibility for your actions and whatever it is. But to me, they seem like minor little things. They're not big things. They're things that can literally be dealt with in a couple of minutes, or like literally like minutes. It's like stupid little things that have been coming up and you're like, why is that coming up? Like that's completely like irrelevant. And it's just like either for you to forgive yourself or for you to forgive somebody else, even if it's something that you haven't, shoot, my back is shooting pain right now. Even if it's something that you haven't thought about in years or whatever it is. Seeing all the possibility with your person, or your person seeing all the possibility with you, feeling like the world is yours, or yours, like the two of you together. Excuse me. There is, I know that in the current energies that we are, when people are talking about like things being birthed, things being creative or whatever it is, but I do sense feminine energies actually getting pregnant by their divine masculine within the next couple of weeks, or finding out that you are pregnant. And it could be that you have had miscarriages or losses in the past, and your body is ready or aligned enough to bring forth life at the moment. Okay. Yeah, that. And all I can say in regards to if you are finding out that you're pregnant after multiple miscarriages or stuff like that, breathe and release the past, because this pregnancy, I don't see it, or I don't sense it coming in with problems or with having like a hard road. I feel like this is going to be a pregnancy that is going to flourish and blossom without any issues. There's a lot of illusions that you have, the divine feminine still within this connection have to cut through. So I feel that speaking to yourself, as far as like when your thoughts are starting to get the best of you, standing in your truth and consciously thinking of the things that you want to think versus allowing whatever comes up to comes up. Tower. And I feel that that is your tower moment, is when you realize that the position that you're currently in, you yourself have manifested. So if your person is with another person, or your person is not coming towards you, it's because that is exactly what you've been thinking about, and it's exactly what you've been putting out to the universe. If your person comes towards you but they're not open and they're just doing like physical things or just physically there, it's because that's what you've been manifesting. So your tower is not in regards to your person being with another person or things blowing out of proportion or anything like that. Your tower comes in that acceptance of your fall, of your responsibility, and as to why things have been manifesting the way that they have been. I need one more card. And you need to allow yourself to receive that tower moment and to receive the understanding of why you went down that path. So in the recent past, we have the Four of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups for the divine masculine's energy. So the Four of Pentacles is in the reverse, and then the Ten of Cups. So the divine masculine feeling lost when it comes to his connection with his divine feminine. The connection was in the recent past in this Queen of Wands energy, in the reverse, with no communication, not telepathically, not emotionally, not anything. And you were here standing in the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm working on myself, I'm doing all of this, I'm purging this, I'm healing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing A, B, C, D, E, N, F, G. And all this time, you have no control over your thoughts. And what's crowning this is the Lover. So things had to happen the way they happened because I feel that you, in essence, do allow your thoughts to take a hold and take control of your life. So this is this tower moment that you might be experiencing, or that you just recently experienced, is to have you in that mindset of awareness at all times. And I know that cards sometimes fall in the reverse and sometimes they fall in the upright. If I have an incline to turn them whatever way I do, and then I usually try and explain why, if that still comes forth. And sometimes I just don't. It doesn't really matter. But just letting you know, it's whatever I'm guided to do that I'm going to do. I don't usually take them in the reverse all the time. I don't usually flip them all the time. It's whatever that specific reading, those specific energies want me to do. There's no rules here. There we go. So we have the Page of Wands, masculine energy, and then we have the Six of Swords, the feminine energy. So as you get your tower moment, I feel that you are going to be more in control of your thoughts and your emotions and how they how the connection between your mind, body, and soul works in order to manifest exactly what it is that you want. Because again, what's crowning that in the middle is the Lovers, and then this allows your masculine to be in this Page of Wands, at least starting to communicate from his actual true self, not as to how you want him to communicate, but his soul is going to, if he hasn't started already, testing the waters in a way of expressing and coming forth as his true soul, coming forth to see if you are ready to receive that. And the one thing that keeps on wanting to come up is the bickering. So the meaningless arguments and petty fights over stupid shit that are completely irrelevant needs to stop. Whether that's you or your person. So it's at the bottom of the thing, the Queen of Swords. So you have to be able to use discernment when it comes to when you're embodying this Queen of Swords energy. You have to know which fights to pick and which things to let go. You have to know where to set the boundaries and where your walls can come down. Building walls is actually not a good thing, whether you're building them around your heart, around your mind, or whatever it is. There is a difference between boundaries and walls. Boundaries are are there, and people know not to cross them. You don't have to physically build anything or forcefully build anything, because the person knows that they cannot cross those boundaries. So learning the difference between boundaries and walls is something that excuse me, that I advise the divine feminine or masculine, whoever you are watching this video, to start practicing or start learning the difference between it. Because many times we start to set boundaries, and what ends up happening is that we actually create walls that is very hard for people to penetrate through. And in essence, we're not doing anything good in regards to it. So the Eight of Wands, that's why this connection has been in that essence as far as... So we have a pair here. We have the... Well, it's actually not a pair, because we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups in the middle. And then we have the High Priestess. So as you learn that there's a difference between... my left foot is killing me right now. As you learn that there's a difference between the boundaries and the walls, this opens up the emotional part in yourself to... so that masculine and feminine energy with you can become balanced, and your person senses that, and then is able to move from a Page to a Knight of Cups. Then we have the Eight of Swords and then the Seven of Cups. So this is, to me, this represents the divine feminine finally allowing those walls to crumble down that she build because of past experiences, whether with her person or with someone else. Someone's DM wants to say something. I'm not exactly sure what, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark this at about 14 minutes. Bothering my left leg so much, it's hurting. All right, so who is it? What message do you want to get across? Please give me some specifics so your person can receive the message as you want to put it through. So the divine feminine or feminines that are in this energy where your masculine wants to say something, there's features that this person likes about you are your lips. They find your lips very irresistible and very attracting. Let's see. So we have the Four of Swords with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So they're trying to get out of that energy of either feeling like they were left. People say that the Five of Pentacles like left out in the cold, but it's like I feel like counting their losses in the material sense, whether they've lost money investing in something that they weren't supposed to or whatever it is. That's not in regards to you, but they just want me to let you know that they are in those energies, and that's probably why they've been so quiet or so distant. Five of Cups, yeah, the Eight of Cups with the Seven of Swords. So yeah, so we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So whatever it is, whatever loss they had in the material world, as far as like whether investing their money in something that they weren't supposed to or whatever, or in addictions or whatever it is, led them into this Five of Cups energy, as far as not being able to communicate, not being able to be emotionally available for you at the moment. And then that brings them, because what they're fighting is the Seven of Swords. They're trying to fight that energy because of the emotions with the Eight of Cups that they feel towards you. Sorry, my phone was going off. One of them anyways. Okay. Can you clarify a little bit more? Because I don't know if your person knows what you're talking about. Well, maybe they do, but they want a little bit more specific as to who this person is, as to who this message is for. So we have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright, with the Two of Cups in the upright, with the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and then the Three of Cups in the reverse. So the investment that they made in the material world, where finances were lost, was in regards to a connection that they had with another person. Whether this person, and then we have the Four of Wands in the end, whether this person was in a relationship sense, or somebody like a family member that they decided to go into business with or invest money with, they're going to be communicating that interfered a lot within the relationship, within the connection between the two of you. Because with the Knight of Pentacles, with the Two of Wands and the Nine of Wands, to me that represents wanting. They were trying to build something solid. They were trying to build a certain solid foundation when it comes to finances, so that they can have something to offer you. But it didn't plan out as it was supposed to. It actually caused them to get into certain situations that could have involved third-party situations or other females. Because whatever it was that seemed as a good idea at the moment to invest their money, kind of gassed them up a little, got them a little too high up in their minds, in their heads, where they thought that they could have their cake and eat it too. Anything else you want to say? Not at the moment. So they're regaining their stability when it comes to their finances, so that they can have the courage to speak about so we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Sometimes when I'm using these are my favorite cards. These were my first deck, and these are the ones that I've known of since I was a child. I just start pulling, and I keep forgetting that I have to show you guys the cards, so they're laid out. I just start talking as I see them. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's about getting that stability back financially, to start communicating about the issues and the problems that were led from that money that was lost, that in essence did lead to the lack of communication between the two of you and the lack of the connection, and putting an end to all of that. Because the Eight of Pentacles to me represents that they're coming into the understanding that there's no certain amount of money or no certain amount of material things that they have to have in order to be with you within this connection. So it's funny because they both came out in the reverse, and it's like, if we flip them, right? The Eight of Pentacles and then the Knight of Cups. And to me, this is like, okay, I'm not gonna focus on the money, right? Because focusing on the money, all that did was suppress my emotions, suppress who I was. So as they start to let go of that grip of wanting to make a certain amount of money, things are going to start balancing out for them financially in the material world. That is going to allow them. And I feel the emotion, connecting to the emotional part is actually what is going to bring the balance, not the other way around. The Knight of Cups. They are just in those Seven of Cups. Yeah, they just want to offer you the world. The Seven of Wands. They want to just communicate to you that what they were chasing, the dream or the fast cash, the fast money opportunity or whatever, didn't fall through, and that did put a huge hinder. Look, the Nine of Cups was the only one turned up. It was actually, you know, my cards were this way and this one was up. So the Nine of Cups. They're starting to connect with their emotions, starting to allow themselves to feel. Well, that is all that I have for you, and I am exhausted, as you can see in my eyes. I need to take a nap before I can finish the other four. I'll see you guys real soon, and thank you.